Okay, do we have audio now?
Yeah,
Hello and welcome to week 32. I'm here with Corney. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Thank you for the heads up on the audio.
You're welcome.
Good, good, good. We're up to week 32, believe it or not. Time
Yeah,
pressure.
yeah. It's gonna gonna be time pressure indeed.
Yeah, by the sounds of it. I've just had a quick scan of it. So, week 32 update, time pressure, the usual weekly fixes, a special new 3-hour mission, deep mining veins and outposts, and user interface improvements, and more.
3
So,
hours talking about time pressure. Yeah,
3-hour mission.
deep mining veins and outposts. Yay! We've been talking about this last week, I believe, in the stream. Uh, kind of mixed feelings about it. I mean, everything respawns anyway, so it's just a bit more convenient. Not really that you need them, but sure, it's easier, I reckon.
Yeah, yeah. Gives you something else to do.
3?
Yeah. Okay. Would you like to kickstart us off?
Sure, I'll kick your start.
Thank you.
Alright, hey, Icarus's missions have always had a time limit. But can you race against the clock to complete a multi-stage mission in under 3 hours? Week 32 introduces a new multi-stage time-restricted mission which incorporates some of our original design intents with a ticking clock, alongside improvements to mission pacing and engagement to raise the stakes and get a hard racing. We kind of had that last night, didn't we?
Yeah, I would actually have said that last night was a pretty good trial run, if you ask me.
True that, true that.
Although we had already done half the work. The difference here is that if we do this with a level 50, then that half of the work is already done.
Yep. Like our level 50 character is fully space equipped and everything.
Yes,
That is
yes.
gonna make a difference. I mean, I really don't see how we can do this mission with the low level non-space equipped characters.
It would. I'll tell you right now. I don't think it would be possible.
No. So
Um,
anyway, alongside this new mission to sink your teeth into, we've made an array of improvements to our UI, UX, and building pieces, along with adding deep ore mining veins to outposts as part of our plan surrounding their development. Jump in and have a read or a listen.
whichever takes your fancy. Uh,
Exactly.
so that's looking a bit like a weather balloon.
Yeah,
Albeit,
yeah.
uh, wow, that would take a
Well,
lot. That would take a lot of leather.
it'll be mentioned in the patch notes later on. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah. Please note the cat character here is wearing nano armor. Just a note there.
Yeah. And I would suggest if you have one, wear one.
Oh yeah, for this one, absolutely. Okay.
So, going through the mission briefing here. 3 hours only for the Abyss research mission. The operator is Group 15. The biome is a ring lake with all the crocs. Background. There's unique ore deposits discovered on Ring Lake. Your mission is to extract and research unusual ore and monitor its effects on environment. Terms: initial scans detect unstable material. Proceed with caution, and you have only a 3-hour time limit in which you have to build your base, build everything, mine everything, research everything. Yeah, time constraint.
Oh, good grief, yeah. So, basic weapons then. So let
Space weaponry. Larkon Martinez.
oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I would suggest a repair kit and
Oh yeah.
and uh, power source.
Yeah, we'll discuss that later on.
Okay, okay.
Right,
Oh,
so this mission starts at the Ring Lake in the Styx Terra Zone, unlocked after completing the Zephyr Expedition mission. This is the one where we were struggling with the endless stream of crocs. That is
yes.
the on the Hero map. On the east side of the map, this patch of a forest with the, as the word says, Ring Lake, the circular lake with the island in the middle.
Yeah. 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 Man, that was crazy.
Oh yeah. So yeah, of course, missions on Icarus don't always go to plan. We are continuing to experiment with more varied mission types, and for the first time, this mission includes an optional objective. If you reckon you have enough spare time to complete this extra request, to discover a way for prospectors to handle the new abyssal oxide safely, then you'll gain additional exotics as your reward.
Ooh.
Beware though, with only 3 hours to complete a mission, the risk of running out of time and your character and all your gear being abandoned on the planet's surface is high. If you want to play it safe, you can always purchase insurance, which offers lower rewards, but a guarantee that your character will be rescued if you run out of time. First time, this time constraint. I'm actually tempted for the first time of getting this insurance.
Yeah, we've never used it
Nope,
ever. Um,
nope.
but it's looking really tempting now, isn't it?
Oh yes, it is.
You
I'm
know.
seriously considering getting the insurance on this mission. Because I
Yeah.
also do want to see if we can do the optional part, the optional objective.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean
Yeah,
that image there really isn't encouraging, is it?
not really, no. So yeah, and yeah, I think we're gonna run with with insurance at least the first time we do this mission.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
Yeah.
we
I mean,
will be fully space equipped, so it will be a ton of exotics and credits,
mhm.
uh, equipment wise, but also all the talents, like the fully spec'd, talented
Yes.
and blueprinted character, which is even worse. I mean, I have a ton of Ren and a ton of exotics anyway, spare, so sure, I can buy about everything again.
Yes,
And
but
if not, it shouldn't take too
that's not
long.
the point.
But
The point is that you're supposed to try and get your character home, which I
yeah,
suppose it from last night's experience, it just puts a whole new twist on how you do things.
yeah, the character is gonna be the biggest issue. So yeah,
Yes.
I think we're gonna run with insurance this time.
Y- Um.
Anyway, back to the patch notes instead of talking about the upcoming
Yes.
mission we are
Yes.
going to do.
One of the advantages of Icarus-based session-based missions is that we can continue to vary and experiment with mission structures, such as shorter durations or optional objectives. Over the course of developing Icarus, we learned a lot about how players respond to time limits. Originally, we launched with a real world timer, which was unique and not a common game design choice. The threat of permanently losing your character and gear if, excuse me, if you missed your deadline certainly motivated people, but when it took players by surprise returning to the game a week later, well, that seemed unfair. In response to your community feedback, in April we changed our timer to an easier to understand in game timer, although the penalty is still the same. So yeah, that was a huge change for the game
Yep.
and for the people playing it. It actually meant that You you
Indeed, like
that
Icarus
threat
was
that thr
the only one with a real life timer.
yes, yes. We also heard that some players missed the time pressure and harsh permadeath like penalty. So just as we have a choice of difficulty settings, we plan to offer a choice of varying length missions. That should cater to players who like to take their time and prepare before setting out as those who love to recklessly race ahead. However, we haven't changed the time limits of any of our existing missions at the moment, so we don't upset any of your missions in progress. And that was a comment by Jake Dodunsky, who is the project lead. So
Uh,
that's
well, they're talking here about varying length missions. Wouldn't it be nice if they would like so you have your difficulty settings, right? You have
yes.
easy, normal, hard, you have hardcore option.
Mm-hmm.
Rewards are depending on your difficulty settings. Wouldn't it be fun if they could like include timing there as well? Like I'm not sure I'm gonna make it. I wanna get more time for this mission. Obviously, there will be the cost of less rewards, so you can like those shorter missions you can try it out on a longer time,
Mm-hmm.
and then once you feel confident, like I'll be able to make it in a normal time. You play in a normal time, or especially for the people who like the time restraints, play it on a shorter time even.
Yes.
Could be fun.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to the challenge.
Yeah, definitely going to be a challenge to do this new mission within a lot of time.
Yes.
But we'll have to be focused game playing, like no messing around.
Yep.
No, focus
Yep.
a lot here.
Yeah.
Interesting picture.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
it's it is a deep vein indeed.
it
A
is,
whole
but
different color.
yeah, we're not recognizing that color. So they're talking here about deep mining ores in outposts.
Yeah, but
So
this must be the new abyssal thingy we have to do for the mission.
yeah, so we'll be looking for a what looks like a deep vein, but completely
Yeah,
different color. Looks blue and green to me.
yeah. Yeah, deep mining ores and outposts. The addition of the entire 64 square kilometers Olympus map as a permanent outpost has proven very popular. We are continuing to add features to Outpost mode. From this week, you can now find deep mining ore deposits through all the Outpost maps. All. Providing another way to gather large quantities of materials with a biofuel powered or electric deep mining drill. Yeah, like I said, we have talked about this, I believe, last week somewhere in a stream.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's an outpost. All ore nodes are respawning anyway,
Yeah,
so you won't run out of materials.
ever.
So yeah, the deep mining, the deep ore veins are, in my opinion, more convenient than necessary.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, as there it says, it gather large quantities. It just means you can get more of it at,
You don't have to
in
spend
one
the time
go.
manually mining.
Yeah, yeah.
That's going to be the biggest difference.
Mm-hmm.
Large quantities, yeah, well, at some point it will run out anyway, and then you have to relog anyway. So I assume they will respawn, so to say, with their full contents again. But it's more like you can put a drill on the vein, and it keeps on drilling whilst you are out building or hunting, or say, yeah, it's a bit faster grabbing your materials. Then
Mm-hmm.
again, it's an outpost. There is no time limit anyway, so True, you don't have to go through the process of running around and mining stuff, which is, I have to agree, it's a tad boring sometimes. Especially if
Yeah.
you do large builds, large concrete builds or large glass builds, you need tons and tons of silica. So yeah, if you manage to get a silica deep vein near your base, that's gonna be convenient.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
And then put an electric drill in, cause it holds more than the biofuel.
Yeah.
Just saying. And since you're in an outpost, you should go for electricity anyway. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah. Like I said, it's more convenient in my opinion than uh,
Needed.
needed. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I mean, last week's changes for the where do you get back in your outpost? You get back where you left off if you quit like using the character select.
yeah.
That was a big one and a needed one.
Mhm. Yes.
This, meh, still,
It's
it's a nice
it
addition.
it's the luxury edition of what you already get, really.
Exactly, exactly. It's still, it's a nice addition. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah,
improves gameplay quality. Not doing the
yeah,
same thing over and over and over and over again.
yeah. Like I said, it's not as big as the changes on how you re-enter the outpost.
No,
This is
that
more like, yeah, it's a nice quality of life, but this is something for a lazy prospector. Let's put it that way. True, I am lazy as well, so I'll be using it. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
Anyway, moving on swiftly, as some people tend to say.
Okay, key fixes.
We have made a range of key fixes this week that improve the UI experience for our players, along with some fixes and balances to constructables. You will now be able to hide Quest UI when in a prospect by pressing numpad 7. This can be hotkeyed if you wish. We've also adjusted the critical hit numbers on screen to read out the exact damage delivered rather than 20 times, which required more quick math than we had intended. We have also made some changes to armor's impact from storms. Fixed the damage type of many tick damage sources to no longer cause damage to armor, notably storms. This means the damage taken from storms will no longer be prevented by armor, but armor will still provide exposure resistance. This means you will take more damage to your base health, but your armor will not deteriorate. This is a nice and big one actually.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, like yesterday when we were running back, my armor was a long way gone. But I was like, okay, we have to run through the storms because we are stressed for time.
Yes.
Sure, my armor will deteriorate even more, but
But at least you have that
we'll have to take that hit.
yeah, you at least you have that to sacrifice in order to get to the
Uh,
destination required in the in the time constraint.
the problem was more that after this forest biome, there will be another Arctic biome where I do need the armor. So at some point, I even took it off. Remember,
Yeah.
I took it off so it didn't take any more storm damage, so I could still wear it in the Arctic.
Yes, if you remember, I swapped out for my leather armor.
Yeah, so you no longer have to do that
Yeah.
because armor will no longer take storm damage. You'll still take damage from when you get hit by a bear or something. But it'll take no longer any storm damage.
Yeah, but it does now mean that we will have to be way more careful when it comes down to the weather.
Yeah, because in exchange, you as a player will take more storm damage.
Yes.
Armor is no longer preventing storm damage to the character or preventing mitigating. Because it didn't fully prevent it, obviously, but it
Hmm.
mitigated part of the storm damage. It no longer does this, so the player takes more damage from storms now, but at least your armor does not take any storm damage anymore. I think it's a good change.
Yes,
I
yes.
mean, you can eat meat
That's
to
one of
get
the
your health
careful.
back up.
Yeah, that's one of those carefully balanced changes, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you as a player, you can eat meat to get your health back up.
Yes.
What are you gonna do with your armor when you're running? You can't really do anything with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, me like it is.
That's a good one.
Yeah. As for the hide quest UI when in a prospect, uh, I'm not bothered actually myself by the mission objectives being displayed on the screen.
No,
There are
I
people
actually
who don't
find it
want to
how
see
it.
it. And,
Yeah, but it just I think it's just it's useful information so that you can see your progress
yeah,
as you make it, as you complete it. You tick the boxes.
yeah.
Um,
So once it's completed, you faff around a bit. You might want to hide it mission completed thingy.
yeah, but I
Okay.
actually wouldn't hide it in gameplay. I don't think.
No, me neither. But apparently there are people who do want to hide it, and now they can. Good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Let's see. Kill cam. Kill cam. No, critical hit numbers. Critical hit numbers. So, didn't it already show you the number itself?
I thought that's what the numbers were. I thought that's what the yellow numbers were, at least. You
Yeah.
know that come with that critical hit audio cue.
Yeah, yeah, except maybe if you're crouched and then it said something like 1.5 times or something, I don't know. Then again, you just keep on hitting the animal till it dies. But
Yeah,
no matter how many damage you do per hit, hit it till it dies.
yeah. Well, I'll be looking to see how that's changed. Actually,
Yeah, because I do distinctively remember yesterday when critting a polar bear doing 1500, when critting the mammoth doing 1500.
yeah,
No,
yeah. I think I was
it,
doing
no.
1200, seeing as I had the bolt action, because it's not as powerful as the hunting.
No, it's the same ammo, so I think it does the same damage, doesn't it?
Mm, well, yeah, okay. I'd have to
Yeah,
look back at the stream to see what the numbers were, but could be.
yeah, it doesn't state anything about damage numbers. Just says states something about your rate of fire.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the hunting rifle does 100% critical damage, and it does not state this for the bolt action rifle.
Okay.
No. Anyway. So yeah, well, but yeah, then again, like I said, we saw absolute numbers, damage numbers already. So I'm not sure what they meant with this to read out the exact damage delivered rather than 20 times. I'm not sure what this entailed previously before this patch.
No, like I said, I'll be looking to try and get as many crit shots as possible to see if there's any difference, and if there is, what it is.
Yeah. Anyway, we've also implemented some fixes to our constructibles and their interactions with deployables and weather elements. They fix an issue where concrete items crafted in a cement mixer would receive the reinforced glass stats unintentionally. Remember last week?
I do indeed. Yes, that was weird.
Yep. Concrete materials said, hey, reinforced glass. No, it was not. Here's another one. Reduced water consumption on the glass bench from 1000 to 250. Upping the water consumption on the cement mixer from 100 to 250. So one water pump outputs 1000 water per whatever.
Yes,
Glass bench took 1000 on its own, so I had to build two water pumps to
yes,
water both the glass bench and the cement mixer.
yes. I remember commenting on that last week as well.
So now
You know,
they
when you were
no,
making them, so right, okay, it's going to take one to power this thing on its own. So that means from now on, you're going to have to build two in order to get the power outage that we need.
the water
So
output. Yeah,
yeah, so at least that's been reduced a lot by
yeah.
750, and the
They
cement
upped it
mixer
for the
on,
cement mixer,
yeah,
but
they,
hey,
they upped it by 100, which when you know
yeah.
it's
So
nothing
instead of
compared.
taking 10% of a water pump, it now takes 25%.
Yeah,
Still, it's within a reasonable limit,
yeah, absolutely.
within a reasonable
It's
range. Yeah,
doable.
exactly. So they added the long-awaited glass floor buildable. So this
Hey,
also means you can make a flat ceiling now,
yes,
build a floor.
excellent.
So now we can make a proper glass domed outpost.
Exactly, yes. Welcome, Rod Nobbs. Good to have you back. The other thing that I've been waiting for is the glass floor, because when we had the glass in the first place, I actually asked that question in the Discord server, like, how come we don't have a glass floor? And they went, because it wouldn't take your weight. And I'm like, and so all these other pieces can take the weight because they've got reinforced bars next to them, and they simply said we can't make it strong enough to take the weight.
Well, maybe it's reinforced glass floor.
So now it can take the weight,
Yeah,
which is great.
yeah. Like I said, maybe you have to use reinforced glass for it. I don't know. Yeah, it's good that they made it.
Yeah, yeah. And Rod Nob says exactly what I've just said. Extra glass building pieces is what I was waiting for.
Yeah. So there they are.
Excellent.
And the last bullet point here, they fix an issue where deployables were losing shelter if they were placed on a frame. Then a floor was placed on top of the same frame, overlapping the deployable. We don't usually do that. We start out with a floor and then maybe later on put a foundation block, a frame underneath it. We don't really do it the other way around.
No.
I mean, I did it in my outpost. Concrete frames and then
Yes,
put
but you
a
you
wooden
didn't then
floor on
put.
top of it, internal wood floor, but I hadn't put anything on top of the frame before adding the floor. So yeah, never done that. Huh.
Hmm.
So, so I didn't even know there was an issue there.
No, me neither. I didn't realize.
But apparently there was an issue and they noticed and they fixed, which is
Excellent
good.
job.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there's what which type of miner is that? That's the most recent one, isn't it?
this is a deep mining drill, deep
Yeah.
ore mining drill. From the
Looks
looks
like
of
it's
it, it might be the
powered by a
electric one.
solar panel
No,
there.
no. Look at the bottom. Going to the bottom right. Yeah, by solar panel. It is electric one.
Yes.
This is by the looks and the color. It is the abyssal oxide or whatever it's called. So it looks like we can use the normal deep mining drills for it. So if we do the mission, I'm gonna bring my space one.
Okay. That'll need a power source, won't it?
Yep. So no idea how much of the stuff we're gonna need. So maybe take an additional power source because they only are enough normally for. Oh wait, no, the space one is for exotics. She is not for the deep veins. Huh.
Hmm. Biofuel can then?
Then biofuel can for the generator, yeah. Oh, okay. I was thinking of like, let's save some weight. wait, let's save some time by bringing the drill from the space station. But yeah, we cannot use it on this one.
Yeah. That's a
Okay.
shame.
Oh well, so be it.
Okay, so we're going to
Five
tier 4 then.
electronics, five electronics, and a bunch of iron for an electric drill. So, hey
Alrighty.
Jason. Hi guys, I got that error for workbenches. If you place a door on the same tile as a workbench, and you use a floor for a roof, on the same tile as a workbench, you use a floor for, and then you mean, Jason, you mean that it lost shelter, the workbench?
Do you remember a couple of weeks ago I said to you about the fact that the pestle and mortar on top of the workbench just dissolved into an overflow bag in front of me for no reason?
Yeah, but wasn't it very close to an open door? An open door during a
No,
storm.
it was in the middle of the workbench.
Hmm. But
I
we
do have a
always
clip of it,
built,
but
we always built our base the same.
yes,
Always.
yes.
Or was this where you put the workbench down before the base was sheltered? And then somehow didn't get shelter? I don't know anymore.
No, it disintegrated after it was sheltered, but it doesn't really
I
matter.
don't know.
Hi, Jason. It's good to have you. Welcome back.
Yeah,
um,
indeed, the losing shelter thingy, he says. Interesting.
yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, like I said, we always build our base the same, and apparently it happens to us once.
Yeah,
Out of the, I think we can say 100 plus
hun-
bases we've built.
yeah, has to be hundreds by now.
Easy 100 plus, yeah.
Oh yeah. So,
Anyway, moving on
so
swiftly. The change log.
yay. Okay, so they've added, and I think the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10.
Well,
The first
12.
dozen are to do with Abyss. So
Yeah.
let's crack on. They added the mission, Abyss Research. They fixed the tagging on Abyss Research items. They added area indicator for the first objective, fixed multiplayer objective tracking. That's a big one.
You remember how yesterday it was showing like there's one sample and the other sample is missing?
Yes.
This could have been because of some multiplayer tracking. Because apparently you only needed one. So why did it show you? Why did it look like you needed two? Also, what this also could mean is it was only updating the objective for one player and not for the others, something like that.
Possibly. I mean,
Anyway,
yeah, okay. They've added item icon for environmental monitoring station in the itemable. And they've fixed monitoring station balloon interaction, rescaled pacing on optional objective.
there's your balloon.
And there's your optional objective.
Yeah. Now the balloon, the picture up in the patch notes.
Hey, Ri-Fi, welcome back, dude. How are you doing? It's good to have you.
Hey, Wi-Fi. Anyway,
Yeah.
some mission fixes here. Research rewards are available. Tooltips fixed. Multiplayer progress shows properly. See the multiplayer objective tracking. Recipes are updated. They configure the research dialogue, description, timer, and rewards. They corrected the feature level and added talents for the Abyss research. Talents? Huh. Interesting.
Ooh.
And they implemented some final core gameplay for the research, but it is still pending polish. So I'm not sure it will be in right now already, pending polish.
Yeah.
They put the mission framework in, pending assets and 3 toppling. Some research, additional content, pending finalization, testing and polish. And the initial setup of Abyss research mission is done. Might be the other way. The order is kind of wrong. So pending polish, and then they already did the polishing afterwards. I reckon, because otherwise, like initial setup, well, it's there already.
Yeah, I think it probably makes more sense if you read it the other way around, start at the bottom and go up the way.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, they added a mission Abyss research.
Yeah, good.
And all what is what comes with it.
Well, that's good because we have another mission now to do.
Yep.
They've added glass floor pieces, which we have spoken about, which is a huge update. I mean, I've been waiting for that for ages.
Yep. It's a
They,
nice addition, definitely.
yeah, we have added deep ore deposit spawn points to outposts 1 through 5.
Yep. Which we've
And
talked about as well.
yeah, they've added a key binding to show or hide the quest UI numpad 7 by default. You can rebind it if you want. I'm going to have to because I don't have a numpad on this keyboard.
Okay.
Adding new mission items, partially digested enzyme, biological containment power source, and an enzyme containment unit.
These must be part of the new mission. Partially digested enzyme, biological containment power source, some enzyme containment unit. Yeah, I bet you this is for the new mission.
Yeah, we'll have to, I don't know, pick them up and scan them or do something. Um, Adding
So,
new session flags for enzyme container unit.
so yeah, they added the unit and session flags for it.
Yeah,
Hey, added new functionality so creatures can add items to their content based on session flags. Ah, wait, partially digested enzyme. I don't think the players are gonna eat and partially digest enzymes. I reckon in this new mission, if we kill creatures at certain locations, we will find some of those partially digested enzymes. Either that or, which is also possible, these are gonna be for some new DLC.
maybe.
I don't know, we'll have to, we'll find out one way or the other.
Yep.
Added unique screen shake and muzzle flash effects for each projectile weapon. Pistol, lever action, bolt action. Lever action and bolt action. And the shotgun. Oh, lever action must be the hunting rifle then.
Yes.
Weapons now project light when muzzle flash plays. Okay, so both a visual and audio cue. Cool.
Yeah.
So now you can see it when I shoot at you. When I shoot at an enemy.
Yes. Yes. I can see where you are based on your muzzle flash.
Uh-huh.
Easier to see if it's at night.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Gonna be fun. I wonder how much light it will give though.
Yeah, well, we'll have to test that in the dark, won't we? But I don't think we'll be
Yeah.
testing it on this mission to come.
No, we will not. We will not. So they moved a bunch of debug logic into separate function in ballistic behavior base, and they added some trajectory debugging. This is something I was wondering. Like, okay, arrows they have trajectory, right? Ballistic
Yes.
trajectory they drop off.
Mm-hmm.
Guns don't, even over darn long distance, where you can like barely make the target out, still you can shoot straight. I
Yes.
know bullets travel way faster, but still on that distance they should have some kind of ballistic trajectory. I
Yes.
don't know.
Well, if they added some trajectory debugging, that might have something to do with the forever arrow effects that we keep getting in a kill
Uh,
cam,
yeah, maybe.
possibly.
Let's hope so, because it's annoying, because it makes the kill cam last quite long.
Yeah, but it's good for clips.
True, true.
Okay, they tweaked notifier in a pistol reload montage so that it finishes the animation before allowing the next shot to take place.
Will this mean that shooting the pistol is going to be slower, because the reload animation takes too long, and reloading a pistol takes 2 seconds, the animation takes 3 seconds, so reloading the pistol will now take 3 seconds?
Yes.
Maybe? I don't know.
Well,
Luckily, we never use a pistol.
I was just going to say, how often do we use a pistol?
We don't. Other people might.
Yeah, yeah. I could reckon that the solo player would use a pistol more often, I reckon.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be slightly cheaper to build, but uh, for me, it ain't worth it. Materials versus the damage output.
No, it's not worth it. I mean, I would rather go with a hunting rifle every day, all day. But
Yeah.
even last night, we didn't have the resources for it. We were trying to get the resources for it. So in the end, I took
Yeah.
a bolt action rifle, and we made you a hunting rifle,
Yeah.
and I had an extra bow as backup just in case. You know, so
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, it is like half the steel cost of a bolt action.
yeah.
But if you can, I'd say hold out for the bolt action, because it does a lot more damage than a pistol.
Oh yes, yes. So now we come to the fixes.
Yep. They
They,
fixed the damage type of many tick damage sources to no longer cause damage to armor, notably storms. We talked about this before.
yep,
The character will take more storm damage. The armor will not take any damage from storms anymore. And I like that.
yes.
The last part. The first part, not so much, but I understand it's a trade off.
It is a trade-off, but I think it's a very relevant one, and I think one that might just change the way we look at the weather.
Yeah, as long as you have enough stuff on you, enough meat on you to stay alive, and as long as the storms are not as severe as last night,
Yes,
we
yes. I
might
mean,
indeed start keep going through the storm.
yeah. I mean, having food slow in my inventory by 50% now comes way more into effect. If we have to carry twice as much food in order to make sure we can keep our health up.
Yeah. On the other hand, if you, it will mean you are going to eat food faster, so
Oh,
it will have less time to spoil.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, moving on swiftly.
Mm-hmm.
Fix the issue where deployables were losing shelter if they were placed on a frame and then a floor was placed on top of the same frame overlapping the deployable. We
Which
talked
is
about this.
yeah,
Talked about this just before. Yeah.
yeah, that's a repeat of the one above it. Fix the
They fixed.
crash,
Yeah.
which would
Go.
happen by closing the game during an active weather event.
I've had recently a single crash when closing the game. There was no active weather event in the biome we were at that point. Other than that, I don't really experience crashes upon closing the game, to be honest.
No,
But hey,
no.
apparently it happened and they fixed this, which is good.
Yes,
Fixing crashes is always good. No one wants to have the game crash on
nope.
exit, cause then you're like, oops, game crashed. Did it save everything?
Yes.
So it's a good thing that I fixed it.
Does that mean we actually finished it or not?
Exactly.
Okay.
This one is also a big one. The map icon for scanned exotic deposits will now persist between sessions.
Good.
Before, if you logged back into your prospect, the marked deposits were exotic deposits were gone from the map. You had to rescan or referred to screen print and or Icarus Intel. Now they stay on the map. Me likey.
Yes. Yes. Well, our way of getting around that would be to take a screenshot before logging out and then
Or
post it back
referred
to each
to,
other so that we were all looking at the same thing.
yeah, or just look at Icarus Intel because you know which one it was. Then
Yeah.
Icarus Intel will tell you where they are. So it wasn't too big of an issue. And then again, how often do we actually scan for exotics?
Not very often.
Not often,
No.
but I do know people are scanning, are doing scans. Uh, so especially for those people, the fact that the deposits now stay. I'm not sure about the scan circles though. But at least if they are, hey, if you're close enough to the exotics location when you do the scan, it'll actually show you the icon on the map, and those icons will now stay.
Which is good.
Yeah. They did some resaving of the inventory and quests data tables, as there were unsaved changes when committed files related to the new missions. Woo. So if they hadn't fixed it, people were running the risk of losing stuff and losing mission progress. So
I
I'm glad they fixed it.
I think that's what happened with the outpost mission.
Not sure though.
Because
When
if you,
committed files related to the new mission, or
yeah,
is this
well,
for the, or is this for this new abyss mission specifically? Also
well,
possible. But the fact that there were unsaved changes in the inventory and quest data tables, uh, 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 or is this just some internal inventory thingy for the quest? It's also possible. Anyway, they
they fixed it,
fixed it. Yeah. So we
which
don't suffer,
that's
potentially
that's
suffer.
good quality of life for gameplay.
Yeah.
They fixed kill cam damage numbers so they display the actual value dealt and not the artificially inflated values.
Yeah, so upon a kill cam killing a goat, you should no longer see like 20k damage,
Okay.
which will, by the way, if that is indeed like so, will show you the amount of health all those animals have.
All right. If a prediction triggers a kill cam, the damage will guarantee a kill on hitting the target.
If you think back a lot of updates, like 20, 25 updates ago, there was something like this in there in the patch notes at some point as well. That a kill cam will now guaranteed kill an animal, cause apparently at that point it, although very rarely, happened that you got a kill cam, yet the animal not dying.
Yes, believe it or not, I have a couple of clips of that. So stay
Okay.
tuned; they'll be coming up. So take us through the next one, if you please.
Right. The kill cam will only guarantee a kill on hit if the target is the same as the one in the kill cam predicted. This means if a boss or another creature gets in the way after a kill cam prediction has occurred, so in the code, the
Mm-hmm.
boss or another creature will not be insta-killed if it is not the predicted target.
Yeah.
How
So
I
it
read this, so you are aiming at an animal, uh,
and a baby deer
the
walks
the
past the
code,
shot just as
well,
you let fly the arrow.
No, the other way around. So you aim at an animal.
Yeah.
Code says this will be a kill cam. You will get a kill cam. So you will be getting a kill cam. Then you release your bow or you pull your trigger or whatever. The projectile goes towards a target. Something else comes in between. It might be a baby deer. It might be a boss. In which case you might actually try to cheese the system using that method. Projectile hits that target. Kill cam prediction said it is a guaranteed kill. So my stone arrow now insta kills 20k HP mammoth.
Yeah.
That's no longer happening.
Okay.
So it's now gonna look which animal is this prediction valid for. You hit something else because a Kia was flying in front of you all of a sudden. It says it's not the same animal the kill cam prediction was valid for. So you're not gonna do the guaranteed kill, but only do the normal damage.
Right.
Which is good. Like I said, otherwise you could have cheesed the system.
Yes. And taken out a 20k boss with one stone arrow.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, that's not right.
Exactly.
Mind you, having said that, the mammoth we took out last night wasn't exactly a one-shot kill, was he? Well, it
No,
was
he
the other
was not.
way. He was the one-shot killing us.
2-3 shots, yes, but it took us a lot more to bring him down. Oh yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So the
So
next three we talked about before, right?
yes,
The concrete items crafted in a cement mixer
mm-hmm,
would receive the reinforced glass stats unintentionally.
yes,
We showed this on stream last week. They reduced the water consumption on the glass bench from 1k to 250, so it no longer needs its own water pump.
mm-hmm,
In return for it, they upped the consumption for the cement mixer from 100 to 250, which is fine.
yeah. It's a worthy trade-off.
Definitely. Now you can run them both on one water pump. You can add the kitchen bench still. So yeah,
Well worth it.
good.
Good
Definitely,
trade-off.
definitely. So first pass of audio terrain zone FMOD implementation. Base pass on narrow, medium, and wide canyon delay. Removes blend sense from quad delay. Narrow, medium, and wide canyon delay. We will get to canyon later on in the patch notes. I'm not
Right?
gonna
Yeah.
comment on it yet.
Yes, fair enough. So cleaning up bad file
Bad
cleaning up
file commit.
bad file commit in source art script folder as per request.
Yeah, so if you book in code, you like commit your code to a code base.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently at some point there was some source art committed to the wrong location. They fixed this now. It keeps the game cleaner, true. I mean, I never look at the game folders, but apparently my OCD isn't as severe as for some other people.
Okay. Moving swiftly
Uh,
on.
yeah. Improve reflection audio debug. Create a new log category and use it to activate visual debug too. Code review tweaks to audio reflection system and remove deprecated reflection system from the BP player environmental audio components. So yeah, the audio reflection is working. Also last week, I believe, if you're hitting an oxide node next to a rock wall, you'll actually hear the echo. So there will
Yes.
be two echoes in an audio channel,
Unfortunately.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Thought I was going to stay unique too.
Sorry. Wrong name. Wrong name in the wrong place.
Oops.
So yeah, but apparently it's now a visual debug too for an audio cue. Interesting.
Mm.
Then again, yes, I can kinda see how what they mean. But yeah, then like you basically draw out the audio waves and the reflection of them. Well, an attempted fix for the floor torch Niagara effect, not enabling on a rejoin of a prospect. Not sure what the Niagara effects are. If I hear or see, read Niagara, I think of like a big waterfall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say floor torch Niagara effects. Some effects, Niagara effects on the floor. Not sure what effects they're talking about here. No idea.
No, me either. Okay, here's one that should sound really good. Rodnob said light effects.
Yeah,
Um,
but which effects?
maybe you know how like if you've got a floor torch, you've got flame, and then if that's reflected on the wall, the flame maybe looks like has like a waterfall effect running through it, so it looks like it's constantly moving.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Okay,
That's what the
maybe.
artist in me says. I've no idea, to be honest, but it sounds good.
True, true.
Yeah. Okay, so if you spam left clicking does not consume stamina.
Why would you left click spam? Next time,
I
just right click to spam. But
yeah,
yeah, like repair hammer, clickety clickety click.
yeah,
Is no longer gonna consume stam because you don't actually finish the action. Kind of makes sense to a certain extent. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey.
We came upon this one. We
Yeah.
came upon this one last night for sure.
Oh
Fix
yeah.
an issue with sprinting while under the effects of base stamina action cost plus percentage costing no stamina.
Yeah, we could
We,
run without
w
using stam.
yes,
Yes,
but
and which is a good thing.
only when we were eating the sweet corn.
Either the chart or the creamed corn.
Yes, just corn in general basically meant that we could sprint forever. It wasn't costing us stamina, so we actually
Yeah.
started sprinting instead of jumping.
I believe it was Nikki who said it's basically for all the foods, but I actually only noticed it when corn was one of my active food buffs. As soon as I
Same.
ran out of corn and I ran 3 other buffs,
It didn't work.
uh, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, we did notice that one last night and made full use of it.
Oh yeah,
It probably helped us last night, actually, and saved us a lot of time.
oh yeah. Well, like I said, we still had like close to 10 minutes, but
Yeah, but
yeah, the running
yeah,
back already cost 20 plus minutes.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no rage quit necessary on that mission.
No, no.
It was a
The,
tad close-ish, yes.
yeah, well, the mission timer was in the red. Sol actually came in and told us we only had 10 minutes left. I vaguely remember hearing that last night somewhere in there.
I don't even recall. I mean, I was too busy,
Yeah, I
too busy
don't
running.
even have time to look at the mission timer. And whereas I'm the opposite, I'm like, how much time have we got? How much time have we got? How much time have we got? We need to do this. We haven't got time for that.
I was like, run! Don't care about no nothing. Run, Forest.
Yep.
So yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, so we're adjusting audio for upgraded geyser effects, more intensity, and additional bonus splash at the end. Adjusted play rate to fit updates better.
And bonus splash, is it like when it's done? Like when
Yeah, you know,
When an iteration wave or no, actually an iteration. When an iteration is done, like that may be a bit louder. I don't know.
I've no idea. I don't know what that
And,
means.
and to be honest, the geysers aren't worth it in my opinion. So I'm
No,
not really pressed to test this out actually.
no. It might just mean like your general sound effects when you come upon it, because like it starts as a steaming geyser, and then it sort of like has a bit of a bubble and spit and stuff at the end of it. So maybe there's you hear a splash at the end of it now that you didn't
I don't
before.
know.
Don't know.
I don't know.
If I run past
Well,
one, if we run past one, I will stop long enough to see if I can hear it. But other than
yeah,
that, I'm
that
really
we
not
can
up for the
test.
geyser thing because it's way too much time for such a small reward.
Yeah, we did 4 iterations last week. We did third and fourth iteration.
Yeah,
Was it last week?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We
We
got a
got
total of what?
one.
160 out of 3 iterations and 1 single enzyme for the fourth iteration. The
y-
enzymes, okay, Allah, don't care. But 3 iterations only giving you 160 exotics. Look at the amount of preparation we had to do for this.
Yeah, yeah. And
It's
even
way
then,
way too much. Hmm?
we weren't always safe.
Yeah, I mean it's way too much prep for way too little reward, in my opinion. Then I mean
Yeah,
it's nice killing the animals, but hey, you can also run around kill animals. The
yeah.
difference is now they come to you,
Mhm. Yeah.
and there were a lot of animals.
Oh, there were. There were.
Anyway, moving on swiftly. Adding in Geezer burst audio and blueprint functionality will
No,
require
whoa, whoa,
looped
whoa, whoa,
Niagara
whoa.
effect
Two
coming
up,
soon.
two up.
Uh,
Additional
sorry, you're
FMOD
right.
quad delay parameters.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which set weighted averages of left and right strength results. Will be implemented to pan delay channels away from adjacent cliffs, etc. Audio reflection, I think.
Yeah, sounds like.
Adjustment to geyser audio volume and burst rate to match with intensity better. So yeah, we can check it when we get past one. We're not gonna mine one.
No, no.
So if it is upon uh, stumbling onto one, we can test it out.
Yes, but otherwise, it's a no-go area, unless we literally happen upon it. Fair.
Mm, I'm not gonna mine it.
Oh no,
Sure, I'll run
no.
over it, no problem.
Oh yeah,
It doesn't trigger anything, but actually mining it, no thanks.
no, no thanks. We'll give that a wide pass. Thanks very much.
Yeah, it's nice for in an outpost where you only have to build the thing once, the condenser, because you have to go all the way to the material processor,
Yes.
which takes a ton of electronics, which
Hmm.
means 3 tons of copper
Yeah. Not
for
great.
very little rewards. In a lot of danger, like one of our viewers commented 2 weeks ago in the stream. He was watching someone in the outpost had a geyser next to his base. Decided to mine the geyser and his base got destroyed. Or almost destroyed. So yeah, no.
No, not no. Wide pass. Thanks.
So yeah, the adding in the geyser burst audio and blueprint functionality will require the looped Niagara effect coming soon. Again, the Niagara effect, like, I don't know, lighting effects maybe? Indeed, I don't know.
Okay.
We'll just treat it as an FYI.
Yeah. To be arranged.
So here's an interesting one. Audio terrain zone heat map functionality. Allows us to set up heat map gameplay textures to define zones in each terrain for audio specific purposes. The player environment audio component samples the map and uses the results to get global FMOD parameters defined in a new data table. This can be expanded to include other functionality. I have included a work in progress test texture, but haven't assigned it in the D-Trains audio. Haven't assigned it in D-Trains. The audio team will test drive before we commit to using this. So it's going to be like the audio reflection heat map.
Hmm.
So less real-time calculations needed, which is good for performance.
Yes, yes. Anything that speeds that up is a good thing.
Mhm. Definitely, definitely. So next one, minor projection component refactor. Projection widgets should now have their fade in, fade out distance set by component only. They fixed some projection widgets not fading in and out correctly, and the hunting blood trail direction indicator now stays visible as long as the player is near, as long as the trail has been interacted with previously. They slightly increased the range at which you can see other player names. They added the name widget to the mount, and they removed the player name when riding a mount. Removed player name when riding mount, so I can no longer see who's actually on the mount as soon as it comes into effect. It is.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
The,
they keep teasing us with the mounts, right?
yes, yes. It's here. Have a little bit of candy, and we'll see if you can wait long enough for the
Well,
rest.
it's here's a picture of a candy.
Yeah, and yes. Oh, yes. Good analogy. That's better than mine.
Here's a picture of candy. Stay around and you might get some.
Yes, yes.
Well,
Exactly.
I will stay around. Don't you worry about that, because I want that candy.
Yeah. Well, I do like the fact Mount Rodnob says Mount below in future. Oh yes.
Yeah,
I like the sentence above it where they have slightly increased the range at which you can see other players' names.
yeah, that's
Because
nice.
I'm forever saying to you, I don't know where you are, I can't see your name, and you could just literally be the other side of the hill from me.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
they increased the range at which you can see the player. This is good. Like
Yes.
last week when I lost Antisocial Boomer a couple of times,
Yes.
and I had to refer to the map to see the direction where he's in, and then I had to look around for him. Well,
Yes.
if the player names are visible in a longer distance, they'll help with that as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
So good.
Uh, I'll be putting that to the test. You can guarantee that.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that. Where you at?
Yeah. I'm over here. Doesn't help. Okay, small adjustments to the quad delay, reduction by about 2 decibels, and slight equalizer tweaks for better subtlety. Also adding biome specific impulses.
Okay, FYI.
All right. Well, if they're making things to make things better, I'm all for that.
Yep.
They fixed the issue causing glass angled roof pieces to have incorrect materials when destroyed.
Never destroyed the glass roof, actually, glass angled roof, so I have no idea what you got back for resources. Apparently you didn't get the correct resources back, which has now been fixed, which is good.
Yes, better for gameplay. Good, good. They have updated dry run
Dry run
expeditions,
expeditions.
the Mac markers to use the latest systems. This fixes a bug in the old implementation. Fixed the location registration of the cave objective.
Dry run expeditions, was this a sticks map?
Can't remember off the top of my head.
Quickly checking. No, not I don't see it in the sticks mission list. Dry run expedition.
Okay.
Because a cave marker. And I start thinking about sticks, but apparently it's an Olympus map then.
Okay. Good, good, good. Well, shows you
Yeah,
how long.
we have had a couple of those missions there indeed, where we had to go to a cave and drill through a cave, for example.
Yes.
Oh, it's fast if you check here, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an Olympus map, and you had to drill through a cave. Yeah, the M9 cave. You have to
Yes.
drill through. Okay.
Oh, yes, of course. In order to get to the desert.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And you take the last one?
Yeah. They set up new convolution reverb routing based on biome group. This is a starting point to give us more flexibility around how different areas broadly defined areas will sound. Interesting choice of words.
Yeah.
Further tweaking to follow though. So they aren't done with it yet, but they've set up the new reverb routing. And
Okay.
as they said, this is a starting point. Further tweaking to follow.
Alrighty.
It must be audio related, how different areas will sound. So yeah,
Yeah. Yes. Well, I mean, you don't want everything sounding the same.
exactly.
Neither do we want things looking the same, so let's carry straight on into future content and art.
Yeah, they added recorder components to mounts. Mounts are now tied to a character ID, owner, or tamer. Mount names can be edited by the tamer and serialized for a reload. They added a saddle item to be used with mounts. You can only ride a mount if it has an equipped saddle. Makes sense. Improved the mount tooltip. Mount interaction is now done through the character instead of the attached saddle. Okay. They added a native mount base class, and the Icarus characters now support recorder classes and orchestration event binding in the blueprint. Teasing us with mounts, yeah.
They've been working hard.
Oh yeah. So
Good
it
to
does
know.
remind me indeed of a Valheim and Ark. Craft a saddle, put it on the mount, then you can ride the mount.
Yes. Yes. So it
Yeah.
makes sense.
They also added the interface for interacting with the mount inventory and equipment. They added the ability for mounts to be named only on server currently, so not if you run your own one, your own
Mm-hmm.
server, or like the new methods of data saving where it's saved on the host. There it doesn't work. This is currently only when you're running like on Icarus servers.
Yeah.
UMG dark title bar is now localization friendly. Everything that was referencing the UMG dark title bar should now be linked correctly to our string tables. And the UI stat displays now support non-player targets. Mount AI setup now has developer feature level. Mount inventory, mount equipment. Yeah,
Sounds good
definitely
to
like,
me.
yep.
We were
My
talking about
buffalo
that
is,
last night too, when
yeah.
we were running from one end of the map to the other.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, the
Yeah.
buffalo will be used for carrying. Now I do wonder if reptiles will be suitable for mounting, for riding. Will
Mm,
they get a speed penalty when you go into the Arctic? It being a reptile and all.
good questions. Are
And what
are
do you
are
think
they
of
going to suffer heat stroke if they go into the desert?
reptiles? Not so much, I think. But
Buffalo
a polar bear going into the desert.
would would probably start dying on the borderline.
Yeah. So
You
yeah,
know.
nice things to think about, and I hope
Yeah.
they will implement such systems
Yeah.
where mounts have their biomes, their own biomes where they function proper, and if they get into other biomes where they get some kind of penalty. Would be nice if they would be able to implement such a thing.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to the mounts. I really am.
Oh yeah,
Okay, so they added mission flatline research, which is locked. Um,
with the question mark.
yes, adding new mission flatline research where prospectors will need to stabilize a damaged biological containment unit.
Wasn't this one mentioned in the change log? Something about biological content? Yeah. They added new mission items, partially digested enzyme,
Yes,
biological containment power source, enzyme containment unit. Where I was saying maybe this is for a DLC.
maybe might be a prospected mission for Styx. Don't know.
Also possible, yeah.
Rod
But
says maybe they need armor as well. I'm assuming
the
he's
mounts.
talking about the mounts getting armor as well. That would be a good choice. Um,
Uh,
be interesting to see if you can
historically,
put. You could put
historically,
leather
yes.
armor on them. Yes.
They already have leather and or fur armor. But yeah, make iron armor plates for the buffalo. So it
Yeah.
takes less damage if you have it fight a bear, for example.
Yeah. Maybe studded leather for the polar bear
Eh, interesting.
with the use of iron, and it could be made at the I don't know, trophy bench or machining bench or something. Anyway, we're diverting. Flatline research is playable from start to end. That's good news.
Well, it's
Really,
not
really
in any
hate
of
it.
the mission trees.
um, no, but you'll be glad to know you can play it from start to finish now.
Yeah, maybe on the internal test server.
Yeah, but that's why the following one says locked flatline research behind development feature level. So it's
Yeah,
to be
I think
arranged.
I think I'm gonna apply for a job in New Zealand anytime soon now.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I might be writing them a letter myself. You know what I mean? Do you need
Yeah.
some? Do you need somebody to test that? You know, because I'll quite happily do that. Okay, the LC cave entrances at 0102 first pass. Okay, fair enough. Created swamp cave 01 template and stalagmite stamps.
Uh, Last week they were also talking about stalagmites and stuff and swamps and
Yeah, they were
also
talking.
the cypress variations 1 to
Yep.
3, including first pass of the chops 3 BP. So yeah,
Yeah.
looks like a new biome or new biomes plural. So I still think DLC.
Yes. Um, they've created a new test level to play with new assets and block out concepts, and they did the second pass on Swamp Macro 03.
Yeah,
Good.
again swamp. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
antisocial, less Bambi kills. Which point might this be related to? The less Bambi kills. Oh, message retracted. Okay. Oh yeah, Rodnov, by the way, in addition to his mount needing armor commands for the heat cold.
Yes.
Uh, Counteracting the cold, yes. However, Rodnov, how are you gonna counteract heat with armor?
You can put
Uh,
a water bottle in its inventory.
I mean, ghillie armor might work to some extent to counteract heat,
Yeah, and then you freeze to death at night.
but anything else will only add heat. Eh, don't know. I don't know. But yeah, ghillie armor in combination with a water bottle maybe to keep it
Yeah.
moist, so the water can vaporize and remove the heat. Huh.
Yeah, but then you freeze at night.
True. I like it in the desert nowadays. By the way, how you here in Icarus. During the day, you
But
overheat, and
I,
during the night, you freeze.
I tell you what, if you love the desert so much, you can roast alive to death next time because that was not pleasant.
Not? Hmm.
From last night, the heat from the heat wave in the desert. Oh man, that was brutal. I hated it. I've gone back to not liking the desert, by the way.
I wouldn't know. I was freezing my dead ass off in the Arctic.
Yeah, you were freezing and I was getting cooked alive. Hey, Michael, it's
Ah,
good to have you. Welcome, welcome.
hey Michael. Yeah, I was a proper lollipop there, a proper icicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, getting back to the patch notes. They have randomly fixed they're fixed random floating lily pads on blue, red, yellow quad in sticks.
And also 3 down, fixed random lily pads floating on map in the green quad sticks. Let's pull it to this point here.
Yes, certainly.
So
Uh
they submitted the asset SMDSO statue Grizzly bronze to the project. Created material and added textures. The project, might this be the, what's it called nowadays? It was the rustic bench.
rustic crafting bench,
Yeah.
I think.
But then again, statue, we've seen in patch notes before this, statue that, which we haven't seen in game yet. Maybe, now I'm thinking, the project is the enzyme.
Possibly.
Know how you make this tiny deer statue?
Yeah, so does that mean we get a
The
1/90th the
grizzly,
size statue of a grizzly bear?
and look, if you look back to previous patch notes, I believe some buffalo statue or something, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what they mean with the project.
Mm-hmm. Possibly. Uh,
To condense enzymes. Yeah, bronze elephant, Disho statue, buffalo stone
yeah.
from 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago or so. 3 weeks, I
Mm-hmm.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Wooden piranha, stone piranha, wooden deer. Yeah, wooden deer we made. There's also
Yes.
apparently a stone deer, stone elephant, buffalo wood 4 weeks ago. So yeah, maybe the project is this enzymes, condensed enzymes project.
Sounds reasonable. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on swiftly. So let's see where were we.
We had got.
They submitted as no, the second pass on the swamp macro meshes 0102.
Mm-hmm.
They did the second pass on no up actually 5 up or 6 up or so I think. So they did the second pass on the swamp macro 03 and the second pass on the swamp macro meshes 0102. So they're working on the swamps.
Good. Sounds interesting. I can't wait for them to come out.
Yeah. Our guess is still for within now and 4.5 months.
Yeah. Fingers crossed,
For three
everyone.
quarters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Updated compression on the wooden roof RMA map to match reflectivity to other wood pieces.
Okay.
Does wood reflect anything? Yeah, maybe audio reflection. I don't know.
Could be. Could be.
SW cliffs temporarily swapping out incorrect LOD materials. Okay,
And the first
visual
pass
change.
on the cave entrances.
SW. What should SW stand for? What could it stand
Southwest.
for? I don't know. Swamp something?
Well, no, I mean they've said swamp anytime it's been related to swamp, so that
Yeah,
I
but
don't
that
know.
doesn't necessarily mean they have to write it out fully each time. I don't know.
True.
Because this is a first pass on some cave entrances.
Okay.
First pass. So it doesn't sound like something that's in the game already.
No.
So I'm thinking something new. And then swamp comes into mind.
Okay.
Anyway, they added a new destructible mesh for the dropship made from the crashed dropship debris assets. Okay,
Alrighty.
sure. So what? We're gonna see a dropship made out of parts of crashed dropships? I don't know.
Don't know. I don't get that one.
We don't have something like that currently in game yet, as far as I know. Although
Well,
we haven't done all 6 missions yet, but still.
we've had like crashed satellites and we've had crashed supply pods. I don't know whether or not they're relevant at all, but yeah, that's yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
hmm,
It's indestructible mesh.
hmm.
Okay.
So does that mean now that if you shoot somebody else's drop pod, you're gonna kill them
I can check,
Bef-
but yeah, no,
before they
I
take
don't think
off?
so. Don't worry, I don't think so. I'll be happy to test it out though.
Alrighty, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on swiftly.
Yes.
Second pass on the Swamp Macro 5. Tweaks to Master SW Rock Shader and tiling textures. Again, this is in one line. So SW, I wouldn't be surprised if it stands for Swamp.
Swamp water.
I don't know. Anyway. Improve grass types, allowing them to appear farther in the distance. Fix SMLOD distances so they swap out sooner to improve performance. Grass is only when you have the foliage details on medium or high, I think.
Yep, I always have mine set on low.
Me too, so I don't see much grass anyway. But
Yeah, it
and
makes watermelons and pumpkins and squashes and stuff easier to find.
yeah, and rabbits and spotting animals and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they fixed the SMLOD distances so they swap out sooner to improve performance. Yay for performance improvements.
Yeah. Why can't I hit that deer? Because there's a bush in the way that hasn't rendered in yet. You just can't
True,
see
true,
it.
true.
I
So
did
here,
more cliff stamps for volcanic biome.
and made swamp cliff stamps for the new DLC biome with SW rocks.
Okay, so it's not swamp
Swamp
water
rocks.
then.
So this does agree with my assumption that new DLC will include the volcanic and the swamp biomes.
Yep, just as Michael said not so long ago.
Uh-huh. So they created cliff stamps for the new volcanic biomes. They made cliff stamps for the swamp biome with the new SW rocks. Those new biomes, they do sound, especially the volcanic biome. I want to see the volcanic biome.
Oh yeah. Oh
As
yeah.
long as no volcanic erupts right underneath me, I'm fine with it.
I was just going to say, so long as we don't have to get too close to it, yeah, that'd be cool to have a look at. I'm
Don't
looking
have to
for.
get too close. Of course, we're gonna go into the volcanic biome. Come on.
I'm looking forward to these blackberry bushes that they're talking about here, where they've updated them with damaged leaf textures and tweaked the LODs.
Yeah, well, they also have raspberry bushes and apple bushes, or only the blackberry bushes.
Well, it's just talking about the blackberry bushes right now.
Yeah, I don't like blackberry. I
Oh,
rather
I
have
do.
Android. I rather have Android.
Fair enough.
Hence the raspberry and the apple reference.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
First pass on small swamp rocks, medium swamp rocks, and large swamp rocks.
Yeah. So again, swamp biome next DLC. They keep on teasing us. They do it
Yeah.
They do it deliberately, on purpose.
Yeah. Well, next up, they're talking about the statue for the polar bear bronze mesh textures and material.
Yeah. More statues to make with the condensed enzymes, probably.
Yep. We've got they added the temp collision and LODs to swamp macro meshes. See, they're dangling that swamp
Yeah.
in front of us again.
And here the next 4 as well. The LC large rocks, mesh texture materials added, medium small rocks, and the cliffs, meshes, textures, collisions, material tweaks, temp LEDs. Oh yeah, they're working on this new DLC.
Oh
We're
yeah.
faster.
Yeah, we won it yesterday.
Yesterday, last week.
Yeah. Okay,
They
they
added
added.
terrain 018 as a test map for artists. Okay, so they can test out their game art.
Okay.
I wonder what they come up with. I've seen some pretty nice art already.
Oh wow. Yeah, some of the art for this is just incredible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They've deleted the prototype assets for the swamp water. I'm
Replace them
assuming
with.
because replace them with the other ones.
I hope so.
Yeah.
They added swamp water surface function and the required extra MFs and textures. Changed MA Universal War to include option for swamp. Again, future. It's all future here.
Yes. Yeah. They removed the flickering from the arrowhead plant billboard shaders.
The thing I pick out here is the arrowhead plant. The rest I'm like, whatever. Arrowhead
Yeah.
plant. And
Yeah.
the next one, flex plant.
Yeah. Removing two-sided flickering.
Yeah. It's something we haven't seen anyway, and they're
No,
gonna fix it before it becomes.
it's all yet
But
to
it's good
come.
they do it. But
Yeah,
for
it's all
me, the
yet to come.
important thing here is like arrowhead plant,
Yeah.
flex plant, blackberry bush, those kind of things.
Well, you'll be glad to know that they've added 3 variants of the arrowhead plant to the project.
Good. Actually, now again, the project.
Yes.
Is this a different project, or are it's like the previous reference of the project? I believe it was about these statues, right? Is it all for the new DLC? You know, reading through this, my mind keeps going back and forth. Maybe this is this, maybe this is that.
Yeah, well, they're doing their best to keep us guessing, and from what you've just said, it's working.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the next one as well. Submitted the asset SMODCO statue Scorpion Bronze, a new statue, to the project.
Yes.
The last one. Create material, added textures. Again, this the project, the same as the arrowhead plants added to the project, thus DLC. Will we maybe see these statues in the DLC only, or primary in the DLC?
Hmm.
They definitely keep us
Yeah,
guessing here.
it's almost enough to drive you crazy, isn't it?
I know, right? I know.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh yeah, me
Absolutely
too.
love
Me
it.
too. It's definitely working.
Oh yeah, for sure. Keeping us guessing, keeping us on our toes. Um,
Yep.
trying to make fools of us so that they're trying to get us to trip ourselves up and get everything wrong.
Yeah. Like first you're like, okay, maybe this is for this, and then you're like, no, it's for that, and then yeah, this confirms it's for that, and then this more points towards yet a third option.
Yep.
Loving it.
Yeah. It's brilliant. And
Oh
that
yeah.
brings us timely to the end of this week's
Well,
update.
they do the first pass on the swamp macro meshes. I
Yeah.
kind of skipped that one. Sorry about. But yeah.
Well, considering that above we knew that they'd already made the second pass on it, I really didn't think it was that important.
True, but
You
just
know,
had
I mean,
to be complete.
well, yeah, I suppose we can't really miss one out because it would be unfair. The rest would be,
Exactly.
we don't want it to get jealous. But
Exactly.
that does indeed bring us to the end of this week's update. Um, it's been an absolute pleasure to have everybody here. We will
Oh
be
yeah.
doing the 3-hour mission.
Oh true.
However,
Uh-oh.
I because of the fact it's a 3-hour mission, we are going to need to have like maybe a 5-10 minute window to strategize behind the closed doors so that we can come out and give you the best game we've got. So with that, I'm saying that we'll start again at a quarter past or half. Do we want 7:15 or
Nah,
7:30?
the quarter past is fine.
7:15. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
quarter
currently
quarter
looking at
past is fine.
yeah, I'm currently looking at 6:38 in the evening, which means that Cornet has 7:38. We will
Uh-huh.
see you in just over half an hour. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you all. Appreciate each and every one of your support. We will see you
Oh
in
yeah.
just over half an hour. In the meantime, it's good night from me,
And good night from her.
and we will see you in a half an hour. Until then, bye.